I'm constantly looking at photos in my phone, and I basically never came across this or haven't come across this in probably 2 years. But as I'm strolling through my phone, through back at, pictures, of course, I came across this video and I didn't notice this person that I was looking at. And I didn't notice that I had this much weight on me. It's like when you're so busy at your job and the systematic order and the cycle of life and the 9 to 5 and the hustle and bustle, you're so focused on what you're focused on. You don't pay enough attention to yourself. And looking at these photos, I didn't pay much attention to myself. It seems like I was just not living life, but consuming life in a sense, in some way and for consuming alcohol, consuming food that wasn't for me. On top of that, I didn't notice the medication that was causing me to gain excessive weight and to basically have certain allergic reactions to it. I didn't notice it, but yet I took pictures. And glory be to God that I do take pictures because I didn't know that those pictures will come in handy like it's like a time like this where so many people are being forced to take something inside their body not knowing what it might do to them. And although at that point in time, I knew it was a allergic reaction, I knew it was concerning the medication, but I didn't know what medication because they had me on so many different medications. But I do know that I had a lot of steroids and antibiotics on top of other medication. And these medication have different side effects. And when you basically mix in these medications with one another, there's no telling what type of damage it's going to do because it's going to do more harm than good when you put several different medications together. Glory be to God that He is the source of my strength. And this battle is continuously a mental battle because sickness starts in the mind. Long story short, I have never been comfortable a day in my life going to the doctor, having to consult with a doctor. I never felt comfortable with the services or information that I was receiving concerning, whatever problem or issues that I had. I didn't have, the trust that I desire to have in my spirit for certain entities and doctors due to my experiences, due to, you know, um, their way of communication at the time. These individuals that I have encountered that, filled the atmosphere with, negative vibrations, with negative results. Negative practices with negative results. Workers who were not um, doing their job effectively, who were just basically there in these positions but not administering the proper care. Here in this picture, you see my hand is pretty much swollen, and the IV and all of that. I mean, it is a lot to explain, but let me just tell you, I created a video a couple of months ago concerning, the doctor telling me, that my fetus was dead. And then I went back, and then the fetus was alive because something in my spirit told me to go back, even though they scheduled an appointment for me to get the dead fetus out of sight, out of me. And I stood in the line and I started feeling sick. And then I left and then I came back and then I wanted a second opinion. And pretty much they told me that the fetus, the same fetus they stated was dead, was alive. So there was a lot of misinformation that I have received from doctors that, was pretty much inaccurate, and it was detrimental. In this picture right here, you see effects of medication, the new medication, the old medication, Humira, where I will have to inject the injection inside of, my thigh. And in all honesty, a lot of things are caused due to stress. And I think the more we run in these places, the more we find ourselves in a situation. My skin cleared up, but in some cases, you can't get your life back.